Hi, Miss Elizabeth Marcella and all the audience. On this occasion, we will explain about our chosen future job, which is data analyst. Why did we choose data analyst as the presentation material? Because with the increasingly complex business and market competition in the future, we feel that companies out there need to gain deeper insight into why they need the data analyst profession. This presentation also openly invites for the audience to see one of the job opportunities that will be in high demand in the future. So guys, if you like solving problems, thinking logically and want to work in the world that continues to evolve, data analyst is the right career choice. For that, let me introduce my team. So this team consists of 3 people from Information System Class A 2024 at Madjaya Yogyakarta College. Me, Natalie Pratista, also my 2 friends, Yemi Mariafe Saragih and Miranda Emanuela Ramadhani. The discussion that we will do later will be divided into 4 tables of contents. In the first point, we try to invite the audience to get to know and understand why a data analyst is. Then for the second point, we explain the reason why data analyst job in the future will likely be in a great demand based on the release of supporting data evidence. Furthermore, to become a great data analyst, it is important for us to prepare qualified skills. Therefore, in this third point, we will explain in the details what soft skills and hard skills are qualified to work as a data analyst. Then for the last point, we will explain several aspects that are predicted to have a relationship or can be affect the performance of a data analyst job test later. Let's get straight to the first point. So, data analyst is a job that focuses on collecting, processing, and analyzing data and providing insight, especially for companies that recruit data analysts. Collecting means the process carried out by a data analyst to collect information or raw data from various sources, both internal that is already available or external that need to be surveyed first. Processing data usually involves data cleaning activities, organizing data, or changing data that was originally raw into a more useful real format so that the data can be processed to provide more accurate result for business decision making whenever needed. Analyzing data involving the use of statistical technique, algorithm, or other analyzed methods to find patterns, trends, and insight in data. Of course, will only be understood by those who work as data analysts so that the company can continue to develop better in the future. Moving on to the second point, why is data analyst a much needed job in the future? To answer this, we present concrete data from 2 industrial sectors, namely e-commerce and social media. We choose this data because we think this data is very relevant to prediction of the increasing demand or job offers for a data analyst in the future. First, the growth of e-commerce in Indonesia. Bike.id show data that 24.74 million netizens shop online with a total transaction reaching 75 trillion in 2016. This shows that the e-commerce in Indonesia continues to grow rapidly, along with the high number of users visiting large platforms such as Tokopedia, Lazada, and Bukalapak. The most purchased items include fashion, 68%, gadget, 44%, electronic, 35%, cosmetic, 27%, and others. This show the diversity of consumer need which will later produce a lot of transaction data. With such a large transaction volume, e-commerce companies need data analysts to understand consumer shopping patterns, determine the product in demand, and design more effective promotional strategies, thus driving sales growth that determines the success of a company's business in the future. Second, there is global social media user growth. From the result of macrographic analysis, the number of global social media users increased by 61% in 2016 to 2020. Then there was also an increase in the average time spent by user on social media screens, which was 13%. From the increasing number of social media users, it means that more data is generated from user interaction themselves every day. Basically, data analysts are able to understand user behavior, such as what content is like, when users are most active, or how audience demographic work. Therefore, with this ability, many companies will need their presence in the future.
All professions in the world must have the skills they have studied to support their work. To become a data analyst is certainly not easy because you have to delve into various hard skills and even soft skills. Therefore, I will explain about the various skills needed by data analysts. The hard skills needed are 1. Mathematics. Mathematical knowledge will certainly be needed in these professions because it aims to see targets in business marketing. 2. Statistical analysis. This skill is needed to make it easier to process large amounts of data and to produce better decisions for the company. 3. Machine learning. AI that allows computer systems to learn from data and make predictions about future challenge. This skill is also needed to be able to make accurate decisions and process data more efficiently. Big data. By mastering this skill, it will be easier for workers to handle large amounts of data efficiently. Data visualization. Having this skill certainly make it easier for us to see patterns, trends, and relationships between variables in existing data. This can make it easier to draw the right conclusion and communicate with the audience. Programming. A data scientist will not be without this skill because his work deals with a lot of data. The language most often used in this field are Python and R. And last, software engineering can make structured data analysis effectively and efficiently and maintain data security. Apart from that, data analysts must also have several soft skills. Namely, 1. Critical thinking. A data analyst needs these skills to be able to make accurate decisions, face challenge wisely, and be able to assess information beside on various points of view. 2. Collaboration. This skill is needed so that someone can work together in a team so that a company's goals are achieved. By establishing this collaboration, it will make it easier for the company to develop rapidly. 3. Time management. With this skill, workers can complete their work quickly, thereby increasing a person's productivity and discipline. Plus, high curiosity. This ability aims to ensure that workers continue to follow existing technological developments and trends so as not to be left behind and instill a desire for their company to develop more rapidly in a positive direction.
Okay, we all know that every job has its own stress level. No job is without its challenge, and likewise with data analysts. Here, I will explain the 5 stress levels faced by a data analyst. The first is high demand, which creates pressure on data analysts. They are forced to meet the increasing need for data-driven insight in a short amount of time. The second factor is the number of challenging projects. Data analysts often deal with complex data projects that require advanced analytical skill, which can be mentally exhausting. On top of that, the expectation from supervisor put additional pressure on them to deliver a flawless analysis. This can be very draining and lead to the significant mental fatigue. The third factor is industry change. Rapid change in technology and methodology force data analysts to continuously adapt their skill to meet the demand of the companies. The fourth factor is data issue. At the peak of data analyst stress level is certainly the data itself. Problems such as data quality, inconsistency, or missing information can create additional pressure. They must carefully consider the validity of the available data before analyzing and providing accurate insight. The results of this analysis are crucial for the company, making the accuracy of the data analyst work essential. The last factor is team dynamic. Data analysts work typically done in a team, which requires good collaboration and communication to contribute effectively to tasks and navigate a high-pressure environment. This is often a significant reason why employees choose to leave a company. A toxic work environment can hinder an individual's performance and progress. After talking about the stress level faced by data analysts, now I will presentation information about working hours and salary typically received by a data analyst in Indonesia. The working hours for a data analyst typically range from 40 to 60 hours a week, from Monday to Friday in line with the company operating hours. This usually translates to 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 schedule. However, depending on the company and the role, there may be flexible or part-time arrangement, or it might be necessary to work longer hours or overtime to meet job responsibility. With such working hours, the average salary for a data analyst in Indonesia ranges from 5 million to 8 million a month. The salary can be higher if working for a large technology company or multinational. Next, for conclusion of this presentation, after the lengthy discussion, I will now summarize the information about the data analyst profession. A data analyst works hand in hand with the data and technology, so there is a lot of demand for professional expert in this field. Hard skill and soft skill that a data analyst should possess include statistical analysis, machine learning, big data, data visualization, and critical thinking. The working hours for a data analyst typically range from 40 to 60 hours a week, and with such working hours, the average salary for a data analyst in Indonesia ranges from 5 million to 8 million a month. The salary can be higher if working for larger technology companies or multinational.
That's all in the video from us. We hope this video can broaden your insight. Thank you. See you next time.